I was forced to shift my focus and express my discontent. Eventually, atop the bones of our servants, we reached an accord. I would let their armies pass, and they would comply with my wishes while on my islands. Of course, the accord is a polite fiction. Both the Descarites and the Baphamites are attempting to amass their power and influence in the city to overthrow me. When they think I'm not watching, they break my taboos and revel in their own impudence. Worst of all, Lady Vorlesh told them about the Nahadrian crystals. They realized what kind of power the crystals hold, and now they're determined to mine every last deposit hidden within my islands. And once the islands lose all of their crystals, it becomes nothing but flotsam, slowly sinking into the dark waters of the Ishiar. With every lost island, my power is diminished. I could start a war and kill the plunderers, but the major conflict would hinder some of my other plans, so instead, I'd teach my neighbors a lesson by orchestrating their ignominious defeat at the hands of a mortal. What do I gain by serving you? A reasonable question. One must always serve one's own interests. Well, rest assured that you will be adequately rewarded. I will give you gifts befitting your ambitions, and my patronage, which you can certainly count on, will prove more valuable than any enchanted trinket you could dream up. If you're so powerful, why do you need me? If I were to make a move myself, it would start a war. Not that I'm afraid of doing so, but it would hamper my more important plans. Baphomet and Descari could never best me, but they could sow enough chaos and spill enough blood that visitors from other planes would shudder at the mention of the city. No, I will wage war on my own terms, in the shadows, and I will remain unseen until I drive my blade into the enemy's back. And since Galfrey happened to send you into my realm, you have the honor of becoming my blade, mortal. Be glad you are wielded by skillful hands. We should also reveal how exactly our blade will be employed. She silences Aurelia with a sharp gesture. We can discuss the details later, when the moment is right. Now is not the time for idle conversation. How do you plan to close the wound? It is a complicated magical process. You will receive precise instructions once you've captured the Threshold Fortress on Galarian. There, at the exact spot where Lady Vorlish opened the world wound, you will be able to close it. But first, you will have to crush the Guardians of the Threshold, and their forces are growing by the day. Hep Z, Baphomet's daughter, is mining a large number of Nahadrian crystals in my realm. These crystals are her secret weapon. No army on Galarian can stand against them. You must stop Hep Z. If you do not, your world will fall, and my plans will suffer significant harm. At one time, I discovered the secret of transformation to two servants of Baphomet and Descari, Xanther Vang and Mustafen. It was well-calculated gambit, which brought us some time and assured both Descari and Baphomet of my loyalty. Mustafen is Hep Z's favorite. He oversees the transformation of her army. Hep Z is currently on another island far from here. The route to that place is plagued by pirates, monsters, tempests, and other more terrifying dangers. Have you heard of the living bubbles of frozen time that swallow airships? And when the ships reach port, their crew discover that they've been gone for over 100 years? That's not the strangest occurrence when you encounter it on your journey. I'm willing to provide you with a decent ship and an experienced crew. If you kill Hep Z, it will stop her sinking any more islands, but without giving Baphomet cause to declare war on me. Then again, she glances a sidelong glance at Arushale. Then again, I'm not offering you anything new, as you're already enjoying my favor, Commander. Your companion is a succubus, and I am the succubus queen. This demon follows you around only because I allow it. Tell me, Arushale, are you grateful that I'm not forbidding you from traveling with the Commander and fighting against your own kind? You are incredibly generous, O Lady in Shadow. So what do you think, Commander? Personally, I'd rather take my chances rowing to another island far from here in a rusty bucket than making deals with Lady in Shadow. I'll steer. Why is it so important to kill Hep Z? Descari and Baphomet won't just stand there and watch you close the world wound. They'll send their armies after you. So you will need an army of your own, and that is something the Crusaders won't have for long. Hep Z is mining more and more Nahadrian crystals to empower her forces when she attacks Galarian. If you don't stop her, the Crusader resistance will be crushed. The ranks of demons pouring through the world wound into your world will multiply 100-fold. You were sent here to cut off the demon army's supply of Nahadrian crystals, weren't you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to accomplish. I'll consider your offer. And accept it, I'm sure. I respect your caution and won't force you into submission. We all stand to gain if you do my bidding of your own volition. A glimmer of approval dances in her eyes. An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in the events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread on such a path. Hepzibah visits the city every now and then, but her true lair is far from here. She hides on the island of Calafir, to the northwest of my archipelago. There lies her secret fortress in the deep mines that slaves dig Nahadrian crystals for the invading army she plans to bring to Galarian. I will give you a magnificent airship and an experienced crew to take you there. It will be a long and perilous journey. Take some time to prepare. I still have some business to take care of in the city. Arilu, you are no longer required. She noped the fuck out. Nocticula casts a piercing glance at the spot where she was a moment ago and then stops with a commanding gesture. There's one more thing we should discuss, the Lexicon of Paradox. Lady Vorlesh's magical treatise that contains many secrets of the world wound. You and my servant Lady Vorlesh were just talking about the Lexicon of Paradox. For many years it has remained split in half and harmless, but what was once divided can be made whole again. Who knows what power the books could impart on its owner? What if they explain the world wound even further, or connect it to other planes? Not a chance. The Lexicon of Paradox has caused more than enough trouble already. You already possess the first half of the book. Find the other one and bring them both to me. I will reward you handsomely. Giving the book into my keeping will also protect Galarian from suffering a second world wound disaster. The Lexicon of Paradox will be much safer under my watchful eye than in your travel bags. I'll also consider your offer. The reward will not disappoint you, I promise. The dangerous knowledge ought to be locked up securely. I won't keep you any longer. I still have some business to take care of. You have taken a liking to my city, I see. Well then, savor it to the fullest and come back when for truly important business. Alright, what did she give me? This amulet in form of a snake. +2 DC on poison spells. All race spells deal an additional 1d6 plus 5 points of acid damage. That kind of sucks. Why would I want that? I did gain a mythic level, though. That's nice. Azada. Mythic feat. Whenever you miss with a melee attack, the target still takes damage equal to your strength bonus. The damage cannot be increased by any other means. You only suffer a -4 penalty on your iterative attacks instead of -5. What is an iterative attack? Is that every attack after the first? All attacks made after your first with your primary hand, not counting abilities like rapid shot or haste. Hmm. So it's only with my main hand weapon, but it's so my main hand weapon can hit 4 times. It's this one. When using your chosen weapon, you gain a bonus equal to half of your mythic rank on damage rolls. This stacks with the bonus from weapon specialization and greater weapon specialization. So half my mythic, so it would be plus 3 damage. Oh, wow. Critical multiplier with your chosen weapon is increased by 1. What is my critical multipliers right now? Oh no, the multiplier is increased by 1. Right now it's times 3. I thought it was going to be like your window for crits is reduced by 1. Well, wearing medium armor, you gain an equipped armor bonus to AC equal to half of your armor's AC. Medium armor also no longer reduces your speed. I kind of like that. Medium armor no longer reduces your speed. You gain equipped armor bonus equal to half of your armor's AC. So if my AC is like 12, I would get another plus 6 AC. That's pretty good, man. I can't argue with that. I already have incredible might. Gains a bonus equal to their mythic rank on all skill checks. Whether the Azada makes a skill check, whenever they make a skill check, they roll the dice twice to take the better result. They also come proficient with all types of weapons and armor. Wait. Gains fast healing equal to half of your mythic rank. From the 4th rank on, this number increases by 5 per rank. So I would have... from the 4th rank on. Whenever an enemy confirms a critical hit against the Azada, their inner endurance is unleashed. The Azada gets 1d6 temporary hit points per mythic rank. So at this level, I'd get like 5d6 temporary hit points. And if they have 25% or less health left, they gain damage reduction 10 to everything. These are so good. I think I'm going to go with supersonic speed for outgoing damage, haste spell. They can When making a full attack, they can make one extra attack with their main weapon. They gain plus bonus on attack rolls. And plus dodge bonus to AC and reflex saves. The hasty speeds creature increases by 30 feet to a maximum of twice of the subject's normal speed. I think I'm going to go with supersonic speed next. When they make a skill check, a skill check is but that's not a saving throw. That's outgoing stuff, not defense against incoming. I'd rather have defensive abilities. Okay. Level 1 spell. Haze of Dreams. Level 2 spell. Go Castigate. Level 3. Let's get Crushing Despair. And then level 4. Let's go Confusion. Rainbow Pattern. Rosaibu bigger? Let's go. This will go Mythic Heavy. You become adept at fighting in armor fitted with sharp blades. While wearing heavy armor, whenever you're hit with a melee attack, you deal slashing damage equal to 1d6 plus your AC. While wearing your heavy armor, you add your strength bonus to your AC instead of your dex. This bonus is not limited by the maximum dexterity bonus by your armor. While wearing your heavy armor, you gain damage reduction where N is equal to half of your armor's AC. The DR stacks with other sources of damage reduction. half your strength bonus.
I will help where I can.
So she'd get +2 AC. Damage reduction N, I think I'll do that. That sounds really good. Half your armor's AC. Her armor's AC is 12, so damage reduction 6. Just inherently. Nice. Social? Hmm. You can use abilities of your domain as a swift action. Let's go domain zealot.
My will is resolute.
I wonder if channeling is a domain thing. I don't know. We'll worry about it later. Mythic feat. Let's go at -4 on iterative attacks. That seems good. Improved critical claw. I'll hit more often with him, which is good when I'm trying to grapple. I either want flawless attacks with her or improved critical. My critical multiplier is increased by 1.
I'm prepared.
What's our critical multiplier right now? ×3, so it would go to ×4. She deals out so much fucking damage. I'd rather go flawless attacks though. I'd rather her hit more often. School mastery. Oh, she already has evocation. Whenever you cast the first spell after an initiative roll as a swift action, if that spell is a first level slot or at least 2 levels lower than the maximum level that you can cast. Reflex does not work on 0 levels. Let's go with that. Alright.
Move out.
Bro, Ivu is enormous now. Wait, can I ride?
No
can I
one
ride Ivu?
stands in my way.
Yo, let's go!
Head on.
Holy shit, that's dope. Let's go to the Nexus real quick. I want to mythic up everybody. I'm going to level up very quick too. I don't have very much experience left to level up. Let's go with flawless attacks. Yeah, the only thing I have to do is go there. You've talked to Nocticula. What can you say about her now? She was laughing so loudly, but you know, I think it was just that she didn't cry. She has so many servants, but not a single friend. So many lovers, but no one to love. So much power, and yet she uses it to hurt herself. I hope she can change her life. It would be so sad if she has to live like that forever. I have to go. Just collecting even more demon heads.
I lead. You follow.
You've grown up a bit. Yep, dragons usually grow as they get older, but I grow as your power increases, so don't be fooled. Remember, I'm still a kid. A huge, scaly, flying kid with planar magic at her disposal. Are you alright? How did you feel while we were rescuing you? I'm going to let you in on a really important secret. Just don't tell anyone. When those demons caught and kidnapped me, I got really scared. I mean, I'm a brave dragon. Really brave. But I still felt scared and lonely. Don't be afraid of anything. Yeah. I'm scared sometimes too. Trust me, there's no shame in that. You get scared, really? Do you get the shivers when you're scared? Do you get the itch right under your nose too? I always do. There's something I want to tell you about early sunset. Nah, boring. He was always a little boring, but I thought he was your friend, so I didn't mind much. All devils are boring. He's the first devil I've ever seen. I just know that they're all boring and impossible to listen to. Okay, that's right. I did talk to her, didn't I?
Onwards!
I don't understand what's going on here. Let's go to the flesh markets. What is this? Quest? Standing on corpses or something?
Battles await.
Oh, I must find a capable crew. Yeah, okay. God damn, I'm lightning fast now. Holy crap. We're gonna have to get into a fight and test how Ivy works like this. this person.
All this waiting bores me.
I'm happy to see you again. I need to get to Colafir. Can you take me there? Aren't you worried about the curse hanging over me? You want to take me with you on a long and dangerous expedition anyway? You're either very brave or very careless, though it doesn't really matter which. We are quite capable of reaching the destination, no matter how long or dangerous the route might be. The Starcatcher III never wavers in the face of a challenge. I sincerely hope you've chosen your best companions to go with you, because we won't be able to carry more than 6 people. Also, you should take care with your gear. On a long expedition, you can only count on the things you've brought with you. For 150,000 coins, I will take you there in first class. I'm going on a noble mission. Can you offer me a discount? I believe you. If you really need to go there on an important noble mission, I can lower the price to 100,000. I can't ask for less. Maintaining the ship and crew is no cheap thing. Give her 100 grand. In that case, Starcatcher III and her crew are at your disposal. The ship is waiting at the mooring pillars, but you don't need to bother yourself by visiting that nasty, unpleasant place. After you're done with all your current business and ready to head off, just use this portal. I'll drop it right on the deck of the Starcatcher III. Approach the portal. There will be no turning back, and you will only be able to rely on yourself and your companions. Before departing on this dangerous mission, you should be wise to check your equipment meticulously and complete all unfinished business, because the opportunity to come back here may never appear again. Step in. The route marked on the map connects Alinthia and Colafir with a black line. It is straight and steadfast, just like the commander himself, determined to catch and slay his enemy Hep Z, Baphomet's daughter, at all cost. Starcatcher III easily catches the air currents and glides forward. Discipline instilled in the grim sorceress called Malaria reigns over the ship. Silent and diligent sailors sweep over the tiniest signs of mess on the deck with the eagerness of zealous inquisitors. The voyage is only just underway, but the commander and his crew are already facing their first challenge. Having spotted the lone ship, a flock of harpies rise from the coastal rocks. Armed with hooks, talons, and carnivorous grins, they rush up, squawking. Eerie, harmonious, and enchanting songs fill the air. The gaze of some sailors go blank as they cast their lines and walk unsteadily towards the ship's broadside to step into the void where the sweet-voiced songstress are waiting for them. He decides to greet the harpies with a song of his own, a true hymn of freedom and praise for the tempestuous winds. Harpies react with yearning and awe at the commander's magnificent vocal harmony. Their malicious magic dissipates, and the winged, man-eating predators follow the ship for a while, admiring your voice and singing paeans in his honor. Many cultures consider malice and belligerence to be contagious diseases. In the Abyss, one particular place transmits such quarrels in the air like a noxious miasma. The place called Mara Island. And the ship is flying over it right now. Discord-sowing whispers fill the thoughts of every crew member. Sailors suddenly begin casting hostile glances at each other while muted, but merciless brawls break out here and there with almost zero provocation. There is such an aura of the island that the heart of malice and disorder, a cauldron of the affliction known as strife. The captain frowns as she observes the discontented mood reigning the deck. She retires to her cabin, and just a quarter of an hour later, the situation changes drastically. A strange, eerie apathy falls over the crew. The sailors look at each other with blank eyes, unable to comprehend why they were about to lunge at each other's throats a few minutes ago. The uncanny apathy fades away right as Mara disappears from the horizon, and only then does she return to the deck looking wan and exhausted. All right. A hurricane of enormous proportions rages toward the ship, threatening to crush the boat like an eggshell. A whirlwind whips a gaping sailor from the tackle and tears him apart in midair. The winds catch the ship and draw it into a deadly dance. The elemental embrace lasts for hours, days, or even months. Within the stormy darkness of the chaos for crashing, salty waves, mere moments seem like an eternity. It feels as if the wild winds have subdued even time itself, twisting into a bizarre spiral. The commander can barely make out a dark shape of the island called Alir below, offering a chance the ship might take refuge there. But what dangers might await the vessel on land? Would it be smarter to take a valiant attempt and drive through the raging elements? Let's land. Fleeing from the storm that shreds the skies like hawks ripping into a partridge, the ship descends into the dense undergrowth of the island. Will this decision lead to salvation or damnation? As a rule, death is associated with cold and desolate places that look entirely unlike the densely forested Alir. But one should not forget in the abyss, alive means dangerous. After a night and day, and yet another night, the hurricane finally blows itself southwest. The skies clear up, and the mast no longer shudders from the wind's onslaught. Upon emerging from the hiding places, the sailors report with unpleasant surprise that the hull of the ship is tightly ensnared in vines and tree roots, which seem to have discovered and captured their prey with some incredible alacrity. A quick head count reveals that several sailors have gone missing while standing watch on the deck. Most probably they fell prey to the near-sentient predatory plant that made this place notorious. Spur the sailors, ordering them to draw their axes. A fierce battle rages around the ship. On one side, predatory plants unleash volleys of thorns, waves of suffocating pollen and grasping vines eager to drag anyone not nimble enough into the thicket. On the other side, screaming sailors chop mercilessly and entangled vines and barked armored branches. The ship is surrounded by a mess of chopped plants, and the sailors eagerly cut the hard roots binding the vessel to the soil. They work skillfully and ruthlessly, and before long the ship rises into the air again, carrying away the commander and his depleted crew, drenched in blood and plant sap. An outbreak of an epidemic in the close quarters of an airship is a calamity that can easily turn a vessel into a flying mortuary. Grimly cruising the airstreams, unsurprisingly, the crew is horrified when they first notice signs of a disease spreading on board. In the morning, many sailors find themselves unable to raise their feet. The afflicted are racked by a merciless fever, and several of these, most weakened by the journey, have already stopped breathing. Neither spells nor mundane cures seem to help. Establish a field hospital on board. In the hospital, the sick sailors take healing potions to soothe their fever with cooling compresses, and they slowly respond to treatment. The most critical stage of the epidemic is over, so the expedition continues. Jeez. Every aeronaut dreams of distant voyages, gazing upon wonders and collecting a bounty after arriving at their destined port. But no one ever dreams of fighting harpies, monstrous storms, carnivorous plants, or invisible but deadly diseases. The crew is tired, rancorous, and craving an opportunity to unleash their anger. Brandishing their cleavers, they surround the commander. Not all of them, of course, but enough to pose a genuine threat. Intimidate. Draw his weapon and graphically describe what kind of retribution the mutineers will face. The commander's harsh words send a chill creeping down the spine of every mutineer, and their eyes dart frantically about as if they hear the death itself sharpening its claws. Terrified, they scatter around the ship, leaving all thoughts of revolt behind. Colfear is in sight. However, it is not the end of the expedition, not for the commander. After all, journeys end in a safe port, where the fortunate survivors may heal their wounds and quench their thirst, and drink away their loot. Colfear provides nothing of the sort. It's all grim rocks, gloomy caves, and the horrible creatures lurking within. One such creature notices the ship and takes flight. The beast is an umbral dragon, its scarlet eyes sparkling rapaciously, its jaws opening hungrily, and the airship seems a convenient snack for the monster. Well, I'm not going to win either of those roles. If I could choose someone else, it would be okay, but I can't. I guess order the crew to prepare for a fight. What happens on the deck after that cannot be called a fight. It's a massacre. The sailors' weapons bounce off the dragon's scales, but its sickle-shaped claws slice through their bodies with ease. The beast tosses the bleeding and screaming chunks of meat into the air, swallowing them with a disgusting purr of satisfaction. Finally, the monster sates its hunger and leaves the battered airship alone. Sounds of battle carried all over Coldfear, alerting anyone curious that visitors have arrived on the island. Finally, the ship touches the ground and the commander sets foot on rocky soil. Okay, so out of all the rolls, I failed just one. Unfortunately, it was the one that alerted everyone on the island that I'm here. Shit. We've arrived. As promised, Starcatcher III has carried you safely to your destination. I pronounce this expedition complete. Relieve you of your position as captain, and wish you good luck on your mission. What are you going to do now? I gave my crew a few minutes to stretch their legs before we depart. The local atmosphere doesn't strike me as particularly hospitable, and that scaly monster almost ate us. May not be the only one around. Thanks for your service, Fairwinds. I'm sincerely happy that my cruel fate hasn't claimed your life as it has with so many others. Okay. At least she's not pissed, right?
Let's move already.
Do not trust.
No one stands in my way.
It's like a circle, kind of.
My dream.
All right, let's see how this works with them, Ivo and Kang.
You've crossed the wrong line.
Holy crap. 8 plus 6.
Die!
I will resist.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Begone, fiend! You won't survive me.
Let's hear you cry.
Prepare yourself. Disappear. finished here. Is there more?
Battles await.
Mithril full plate +4. One AC difference. But I also get spell resistance 23 with this armor, so... Ring of Protection 5? I'm gonna put the 5 on me and the 4 on Lan. Physical Perfection 4. That's all physical stats by 4. I guess that'll go to me? Physical Might 6. I think I'll take Physical Might 6. And then you'll take that. There we go. Gloves of Dueling. Okay, that seems good.
Move out!
Give me another feat. So much. Okay. We'll go with toughness. That's evil. Paladin. Let's get her improved initiative. That seems good. +4 on initiative checks. Zen Archer. Sculpting the river. Your deft strikes and uncanny positioning control the flow of combat while you deal damage with unarmed attacks. I don't do that. Armor proficiency, light armor. You become proficient with light armor. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that now that I've gotten good at it. You can take a -1 penalty to attack roll, to melee attack rolls, to gain a +1 to your armor class. You can only choose this feat when you declare that you are making an attack roll or a full attack with a melee weapon. Ah, damn. Let's go with toughness for you as well. Cleric. Extra channel could be useful. Favorite enemy spellcasting. Your spells are more effective against creatures that you especially abhor. Your favorite enemy chosen with the favorite enemy class feature receive a -2 penalty on saving throws against your spells. I should have taken mounted combat with my guy. $51. Do a save. That was like 15 minutes ago. There's no way. Okay. We'll do it next level. give you toughness. You need hit points. Alright. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and stop there for tonight, everybody.